Let's talk about how this image is a great example of something called standard deviation. Standard deviation is a statistical measure that we use to look at data sample sizes and how they differ from the mean. Basically what that means is, how does the data look compared to the average of that data? And this image does a great job of representing what that looks like. If you don't know, these are plates that a gym would have where people would place a peg in those holes to have that specific weight. And you can see that most often people will choose the weight between around 25 to like 60, 75, somewhere around there. Those numbers that I just mentioned would fall in the first standard deviation. Most of the data falls in this first standard deviation, or specifically 68%. The majority of people will pick a weight between like 15 and like say 90. Those two numbers would fall between the two standard deviations, or 95% of the data. And only a few people are going to choose the weight above 100 or below 10. Those data points are on the outskirts of the standard deviation bell curve. That's because people don't choose those weights very often. Here's a different way of looking at it. Notice how the plates 40 and 45 are chosen most often in this picture, and that would be like the average. And as you go up and down from that average, those plates are chosen less often. But there's one sneaky piece of data that I want to show you with this image. Check out the 95 and 100 plate. You can see people skip from 90 to right to 100 because that's a 3-digit number. And it's more impressive to say in our mind 100 versus 95. So those data points do make the standard deviation a little bit off, but I think it's pretty cool and interesting.